Hello everyone, this is Chad Zwadlo from Minnesota and MNPK. Last summer I took an analytical and logical look at parkour and freerunning vaults and came up with a simple system to train advanced flow techniques. These flow techniques are not designed in the sense of moving smoothly from one obstacle to another, but rather smoothly flowing over a single obstacle from one vault to another. I am by no means a master of this movement yet, but I've decided to put my ideas into a series of tutorials for anyone who wants to learn. I hope you enjoy this movement as much as I have. Most of this tutorial takes place in a gym. You should have no trouble learning with any small walls or railings. Always remember to train safely when outside and on hard surfaces. Alright, let's get started. If you're standing next to an obstacle and look down, you'll probably notice that you have two legs. Taking off with a single leg and landing on a single leg on the other side of the obstacle is the basis that all of our vault flow is built on. And with your two legs, we have four options of doing this depending on which leg you take off with and which leg you land on. Everything else is just fancy footwork. So we're going to start with the basic vaults. The first basic vault is called the lazy vault. A lazy vault is done by kicking your inside leg, or the leg closest to your obstacle, straight up in front of you and over your obstacle, while landing on the same leg that you kicked over with. This should be practiced on both the left side and the right side. You can also kick your inside leg behind you over the obstacle while still landing on your kicking leg. I call this a reverse lazy vault. The second basic vault is the safety vault. The safety vault is done by kicking your outside leg forward and onto the obstacle and stepping your inside leg through to the landing. Another way to think of this is if your right hand is on the obstacle, your left leg is kicking up, and if your left hand is on the obstacle, your right leg is kicking up. The reverse safety can also be done by kicking behind instead of in front. Always be sure to practice both sides. On a side note, it's called a speed vault if your back leg doesn't actually touch the top of the obstacle while going over. Usually when working controlled flow, it's better to keep that foot on there. The third basic vault is the thief vault. The thief vault is done by kicking your outside leg up and over the obstacle just like a safety or speed vault, but then landing on that leg you kicked over. It looks a lot like the beginning of a gymnastics or breakdancing flare. The reverse thief, kicking your leg behind instead of in front, is generally an awkward move, unless you keep your momentum spinning and it turns itself into what many of us simply call a reverse vault. Again, remember to practice both the left and the right sides. Our final vault is a lazy turn vault. A lazy turn is done by kicking your inside leg forward and over the obstacle like a lazy vault and bringing your back leg underneath you to land on the other side. Often this is used to land in a cat hang in replacement of a normal turn vault. Strangely enough, the reverse of this ends up looking and feeling just like a speed vault done at a funny angle. So those are your four options if you're standing next to an obstacle. However, what if you're standing facing directly towards the obstacle? Kicking your legs straight in front of you over the obstacle and using your arms to push yourself over is a dash vault. Kicking your legs straight behind you and using your arms to push yourself over the obstacle is a monkey vault or a Kong vault. So if you count both the forward and reverse versions of these vaults, these are the 10 basic vaults that make up most of my advanced flow work. With a little practice, anyone can make these smooth. My next tutorial will focus on how to combine these together to really start to flow. Then we'll talk about some of the more advanced and fancy moves and spins that will add some style to your flow. See you next time.